everyone, to a new episode of the Lending Language Lab. I'm Ro, and I'm joined today by...
Hi, I'm Roxanne.
And I'm Arnell.
Hi.
What's up, y'all?
This is the Three Amigos.
Yes, so what is the book that we will be doing today?
So, if you guys have been following us on our social media, you would have noticed a common theme in some of our posts, and that is about the book The Giver by Lois Lowry. This book is about a dystopian kind of future centered on the main character, Jonas. So in this novel, the society has taken away pain and strife by converting everyone to sameness, meaning everyone sees everything the same. So a lot of the world is actually in black and white or gray. And that also includes emotional pain and lack of empathy for others. So our protagonist of the story is a 12-year-old boy named Jonas. He is selected in the novel to inherit the role of receiver of memory. This is the person who stores all the memories of time before sameness. So throughout the story, Jonas will be struggling with concepts of new emotions and things that are new to him and are also introduced to him through these memories. Some of these memories are good and some of these memories are bad, and they teach him the life before the sameness and what life meant to be to live. And so a lot of this novel has brought up a lot of themes that we're going to get into in our discussion today. Well, we really hope you guys joined us this month in this book for The Giver. We love to hear your comments. Please comment down below. Don't forget to hit subscribe and follow us on our social media platforms, which we will include in the links below. Let's dive into this conversation.
Yeah.
So let's go ahead and get started. I would love to first start talking about Jonas. I don't know about you guys, but let's discuss the character of Jonas. Let's go ahead and start off with Roxy.
For me, Jonas' character was from the beginning. I was like, he's different from the rest of his family.
Yeah, I
Because
agree.
because to me, it's like it wasn't completely that he was like feeling or experiencing what he started experience after he after he started getting his powers. But
Yeah,
it's like from the beginning he was different because, for example, he was seeing different things when everybody else is seeing one thing. He's seeing something different. And that just enhances when he originally becomes the start getting his powers from the original giver. You understand what I'm saying?
yeah, I completely agree. I think his character was just from the beginning unique, and he kind of stood
Yes.
out.
Honestly, when I was reading it, I thought Jonas was way older
Yeah,
than what he actually was. I
Yep.
was like, is this an old man in a little boy's body?
No, I was like, maybe when I started reading, I was like, maybe he's in his 20s. That was it. That was what I was getting.
I wouldn't even say 20s because the vocabulary he was using was not common for a young person.
Ah,
I
Well, I
thought
think
he was a senior.
well, I think that just plays into who his character is. I mean, imagine you are the person receiving all these memories. Like you lived
Yep.
your whole life just assuming everything was as it was, and then you start receiving these memories and start, taking in new information and new experiences and starting to see things that you never saw before. You have to kind of be a mature person in order to be able to accept that. So
Yeah.
it makes me curious about like the whole entire selection process in this novel. I don't know if you guys saw it, but like they study people from the moment they are born up until the selection point to kind of determine their future paths, and it's also how they determine like your future families, all this other stuff.
Yeah.
It makes me wonder, like, why did they choose Jonas? Was it because of his maturity? But then,
Yeah.
I'm also curious why they chose the one before Jonas.
right, he was also a really interesting character, and
No, wait. The giver before, okay, the person before Jonas was a girl.
yeah,
But what happened? Remember in this in the story reading along, they said she failed.
Yeah, she did fail, right?
Failed
Yes, she did.
because she didn't completely receive all the that the giver was given over
What
to
I
her,
think
handed over.
happened is that she ran away
Yes, when
and
she
they caught
started.
her
Mm-hmm.
because they
Yep.
didn't catch Jonas, but I
No.
definitely think they caught her, and we know what happened to her
Yeah.
in
Mm-hmm.
the end.
Yeah.
But
That was
That
crazy
was
of what
crazy.
they were
that was
doing to
it was
people.
it
Like,
was. But
like when oh
one
man.
of the wait before we go in for one when I started reading, I was like, what? I don't like some of what this was this especially when the mom was saying, oh, the person who is the what do they call it? Is the breeder?
Yeah.
Yes. I didn't like how she explained to her daughter a breeder was. It's like it's a shame.
Hmm.
That's
Yeah.
how she explained it. And I was like, what? Hell heck no.
That
Yeah.
that was really crazy. I agree 100%.
Yeah, so the next thing we should discuss probably is the whole concept of the release in the
Yeah.
community. So, do you think the community's reasons for this practice are justified?
I mean, coming from someone who is not part of their society, of course, I don't think it's ethically right. Like you're just choosing to euthanize people
Yeah.
without their consent. And you're just like, just because they didn't follow along the same structures that they wanted in their society. Like just because they were different, oh, we can't have you. And so they just, offed you. And that's
And
wrong.
also, like, who are they to decide who lives and who
Exactly.
dies?
Exactly. I mean, you shouldn't have to be forced to be, or you could, it's just like from the beginning, you are immediately judged about who you are. And then as you grow, I mean, that's,
You're still being judged. You're still being
yes,
judged.
Hmm.
And to me, what I get is that they don't know what when they said you've been like, okay, for example, you've been cast out. To me, it's like their version of being cast out is like you're sent somewhere else. They
yeah,
don't know that you're being euthanized. That's
Yeah,
yeah,
they're
what I
basically
got.
lying.
Yes, that's what I got when I read through the lines. When I read through, that's what I got.
I'm sure if people really knew what they were doing when
Yes.
they're casting people out and releasing them, people would not be happy about it
Yep.
yeah,
or be
which
okay with
might
it.
lead
Because
us,
look at
might,
Jonas's reaction to seeing it on as
yeah,
clear as day what was actually happening.
I think that leads us into another point. So, why do you think that this community decided to suppress emotions and memories? And how did these elements specifically contribute to the overall control of the population? I mean, why did they choose to take that away and not something else like a specific emotion like anger or selfishness? Why specifically was it memories and all emotions?
Well, I do think that it was probably to prevent conflict, pain, unpredictability, which is a big thing there. Everybody has to be the same. You talked about it earlier
Yeah.
about the big theme overall theme of sameness.
Yeah, but it costs a lot. What were some of the things that were cost, do you think? Like, what are some specific themes or symbols that costed that the people had taken away from them just to be part of the sameness? I think one of them was definitely like individual freedom. We saw that when we talked about the euthanasia part, for instance. Not
Creativity.
Yep.
creativity. Ooh, the really big one, love.
And sex.
Yes. Yes.
Agree.
Another big one.
Yes. Because remember, it's like they
They couldn't
take
even
away
have wet dreams.
right. They take away whole control, your whole the way you feel, everything about that. They take it away because when you
I wonder
from
what those
from
pills were.
from from Jonas's experience, from what
Maybe
I read.
antidepressants? Pressant.
Yep.
Maybe antidepressant.
When he starts like becoming somewhere in teens, immediately they tell you, oh, you have to go and get pills to suppress your emotions, or you
Mm,
can't think, you can't feel anything at all.
Hmm.
So to me, it was like it took away your control for everything.
yeah, yeah. Kind of leads us to the next part. What is the role of the giver? I think Arnell had a really good question on this one.
Oh, well, we could see throughout the book how the giver and Jonas really created like kind of like a grandfather grandson relationship.
Yeah.
I
So,
agreed. I was seeing
yeah,
that too. Like a lot of like it just seemed very,
it was very wholesome,
yeah, right?
especially since familial ties are very different in this society.
Yeah. Yeah, I was getting so mad at Jonas's mom and like just the way she
Yep.
reacted.
Yeah.
Oh my
Yeah.
god. Because like for us, like a mother is someone who's loving and caring and kind, and she was for the most part up until Jonas started having questions about society and people's specific jobs or just like how we view certain things, and then suddenly like she was not kind, she was not good, and he just imagine like you have this mother figure and he finally learned what it meant to have a mother figure, and then you go home to speak to your mother and she's not at all what a mother figure is.
Yeah.
Well, we have
And
to remember that they also gave out that kind of title. We talked about
yeah,
nurturers,
yeah,
right? So that was actually a word of the week this week,
yeah,
the nurturer. And usually that would be the mother's role,
yeah,
but they gave that to people that they saw as less than, right?
yeah.
So I know Roxy
Yeah.
felt very strongly about this one.
I did. I did. I did. I was like, what? No. Heck no. Yep.
Okay, so back to the giver. So the
Yeah.
giver kind of acts as a mentor, guiding Jonas through the process of receiving memories and understanding
Mhm.
their importance. This relationship is crucial for Jonas to grasp the depth of what the community has lost. So this whole time, Jonas has been a part of the fold.
Yeah.
And as soon as he started receiving the memories, he kind of started feeling like an other.
Yep.
Yeah.
He's even going through the motions of trying to expose what he started learning. He tried to give other people memories to kind of wake them up, but that only worked with one person.
Yeah. Who was
Oh
that?
Yeah,
yeah. The
the baby,
the
right?
baby. Yes.
Yeah,
Hey
the
bro.
baby.
Yeah,
Yeah.
little bro.
Yep.
But remember
It only
that
worked on him.
wasn't
Gabriel.
that
Is it
baby?
Isn't it Gabe?
Yeah,
Yeah.
It's Gabe.
Gabriel. I thought his
Yeah.
name was Gabriel. But wasn't he set to get euthanized too?
He
Yes, he
was
was. He
because he
was.
was already different.
Yep.
From the beginning.
Because I think when Gabriel was born, okay, because remember the dad is like he is in the role of the mother here.
Hmm.
Jonas's dad, he was in the role of a mother. So he was the one who was caring for like um kids when they born and things like that.
And he's a
Yeah.
He
psycho,
was the
by the
one,
way,
yes,
because
he
that
was the
video
one.
was
mm,
egregious.
he was the one
he
who
was
birthed.
he was literally smiling and like happy killing a
Killing
baby.
up, yes.
I was traumatized.
Ooh, I know. Oh my gosh. When you got to the ending, you're like the whole time you're just on the edge of your seat and you're just
Yep.
like Jonas was like, "Oh my god, I need to go. I
Yeah,
need to
he's
Yeah.
like, I
go."
need to get up out of here. I can't stay here anymore.
But maybe we'll get to that later. I do have like an observation, but I'm going to bring that up later.
Yeah.
Which you know what, like the role of the giver itself, like he is a symbol that we saw a lot in this book. What were some
Mhm.
other symbols you guys were seeing? Like I think there was a lot that were really sticking out, but which ones like kind of signified the most to you?
For me, it was definitely the color red.
Yes, right?
Yeah. Like they're living in a black and white world. That is very crazy to me. The
Well,
fact
And
that they have regressed so much. I mean, I say regress because this is a dystopian
yeah,
society to
yeah.
me. But they've regressed so much that now they don't even have colors in their society
yep.
anymore. That is crazy.
How
They don't
about
have seasons.
right? That was what I was gonna say.
Yeah.
Seasons, because the first time he felt the sun and the coldness, he was
Yes.
so surprised
Yeah, the
when he
sled
felt
is
it.
also a major
Yes.
symbol
Yep.
in
The
this.
sled. Yeah.
Hmm.
Oh my gosh. These are some really good points. So don't want to tell too much about the story because we really hope you guys had some opinions for
Yep.
yourself that we would love to hear in the comments. Let's go ahead and like jump to the end. So
Yeah.
what did you think of that ending? Like when he finally got down that mountain, he's got the baby, he's in snow, and he sees that, what was it, a red house, right? At the end.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What
I loved it.
that I was like, that was really interesting because it seemed like there was a society outside of the same
Yes.
society.
Uh-huh.
Now, I know there's another book, but I feel like this could have definitely used an epilogue where they could go
Yeah.
into Jonas and Gabe's new
Story
life.
life. Yeah.
Yeah,
Because
I don't think it was necessary for another book per se,
uh-huh.
but I
honestly,
definitely feel like there needed to be
Yeah,
some
they should have tied
closure.
up. Yeah, they should have tied up because I was looking for more about Jonas and Gabe. I
Hmm.
was.
I think the book itself really could have ended on that first one and could have just left it as it is. I kind of like the way that the ending was just kind of ambiguous about like he finally found freedom,
Yeah, I
but
like
I
that
think
too.
I still do not understand why they came out with the second Giver book, but I definitely think the first book could have just ended as is, and I would have walked away satisfied. Like he got away, he got his world of color.
Yep.
Yeah, and he was very brave to take
I
that
was like,
chance
yes. I
at
was
such a
like,
young age.
for me, the best part was when he took when he and Gabe said, "Peace out." That was that was for me. That was the best part.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay, so let's go ahead and leave that off. I think we got some interesting questions that we want to ask you guys, the audience, and just we would love to hear your answers in the comments below. So for you guys, what do you think the primary job of the receiver is in the community? I mean, why do they have this job if having memories is such danger to their
Absolutely.
society,
Yeah.
Also, how does Jonas feel when he first starts receiving memories from the giver?
right? That's also a really interesting point.
I would like to know, for example, how do you think Jonas felt after he started receiving his gifts from the giver towards his mom?
That's an interesting point.
Yep.
Okay.
I think there's a lot of things that the audience could definitely reply to this because
Yes.
this
Yeah.
could be quite the discussion because especially with the nurture being such a highlighted role in the book and
Yeah.
then we apply that word to certain people in our families. What does the term release mean in the context of the book? Because this had a lot of meaning, I think, in the book.
Mhm.
And when did we start to see that shift? When did the meaning of that word change?
Good one.
Yeah. Another good thing to think about, and also hopefully you guys can answer this in the comments. What significant event causes Jonas to start questioning the rules of his society?
Ah.
This is a very good one to
Mm-hmm.
answer, especially if you actually did read the book and you're
Yep.
not just reading
Mm-hmm.
the spark
You're gonna
notes.
yep.
All right. What does the color red symbolize in the story, and why is it significant that Jonas begins to see it?
Yeah, we did touch upon this. So
I
hopefully you
I
guys
have
can.
an answer to this, and I'm really curious if other people were were picking up on this as well. I think I kind of gave a hint of this in the post I had last Friday, this Friday.
Hmm. Okay. Do you think the community's way of eliminating pain and suffering is effective? Why or why not? So we did talk about what we felt about this,
Yeah.
but what do
Yes.
you guys think?
I love hearing other people's, and especially because we want to hear from you guys so much, I want to focus more on you guys, the audience. What memory did Jonas receive from the giver had the most impact on you, and why? So for us, like, we had a lot of
Ooh,
moments in this book where it just
yeah.
stood out to me. For me, I definitely loved the part about the snow, when he first experienced the snow, because it was
Mm,
so joyful, and like, I think that was his kind of first time feeling something, like
Yeah.
yeah.
actually feeling something. Like when he's describing the cold on his cheeks, he was amazed by this, because in their society, they don't have cold, they don't have hot. They're just
Yep.
Yeah.
same.
For me, I would say it's when he starts seeing colors.
Yeah.
He
Mm,
was
that's a
so
good one.
fascinated by it. Yep.
For me, I think it was when he first received the pain.
Ah,
Oh,
I
yeah.
think that was
yes.
so
Uh-huh.
interesting because
Yep.
it was a completely new experience for him.
Yep.
Agreed. That, yeah, I agree.
And
That
it's
one.
something he couldn't take just regular painkillers for.
Yeah.
So our last one is, how does Jonas's community compare to your own society? Are there any similarities or stark differences?
Which,
Mm.
with our audience who could be from like different countries, I'm really curious about that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Me too. I want to hear about that one from our
Like,
audience
I
for
can
different.
make a lot of comparisons to the United States, but I am tired of always talking about the United States. So I would love to
Honestly, when
hear.
I was first reading it, I thought it sounded a lot like The Handmaid's Tale.
Yep. Uh-huh. So when I started reading, I was like, oh heck, is this another Handmaid's Tale?
Yeah.
Was
And I
like,
feel like this kind of society could be a real thing for us
yep.
in the future,
In the future coming. Yep.
the way
I
things are
can't.
Handmaid's
going in
Tale
some
be going.
places. Yeah.
Handmaid's Tale be going. All right, guys, thank you so much for joining us today. I'm Ro.
Hi, Brunel.
And special thanks to our guest today.
Roxy.
All right, guys. Do not forget to hit subscribe. Follow us on our social media channels. Also, turn on that notification bell. And we look forward to having you guys join us. This is now a monthly series that we are going to introduce every single first day of the month. Mostly probably going to fall on that Monday, by the way. So it's not always the first of the month. There's going to be a new announcement for each book that we are reading. These books are relatively short, so we hope that you guys join us and get into the swing of this and get interested, get locked in, get into these series, because these books are great, phenomenal stories that can easily suck you in and also have you asking a lot of questions. All
And
right,
of
guys.
course,
Oh,
you should
sorry.
also look forward to our videos like this one at the end of
Yes.
the month on the book, where we're going to be talking about it and having fun, and hopefully you guys will answer some questions and maybe learn some more and have some fun with us.
Yeah. Have some fun with us. Come join us. We're fun.
Come on
We're silly.
over.
We're silly. Come on. All right, guys. See you next time. Catch you on the flip side.
Bye.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.